Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with Mountain Climbing by Sandra and Nala. So we have normal 6x6 Sudoku rules. So in every row, every column, and every 2x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. Blue lines are region sum lines, but they're brown instead of blue because today they appear as mountains and we do mountain climbing. The sum of the digits on the line is the same within each box the line passes through. Normally these would be displayed as blue, but for thematic reasons they are now brown. So what does this mean? What we can do is we can segment this line by each box it passes through. So we can segment it this way: green, purple, blue, and orange. And if we segment it that way, what we're saying is that each of the colors sums to the same amount. So to put it more succinctly, within each box the line occupies, the digits on the line sum to the same thing. Each line could have a different sum from each other. They don't have to, but they could. But yeah, that's how region sum lines work. The thermosun is shining to indicate good weather. The circle represents the bulb of the thermometer. Digits must strictly increase along the thermometer starting from the bulb end. So basically this is the small digit, and then the lines coming out have to be bigger. So this one's the longest one. So if this was, say, a 2, this would have to be bigger than 2, say a 4, and this would have to be bigger than 4, say a 5. So this would be one valid way to fill this specific thermo. This is just a bunch of thermos that overlap each other and share the same bulb. They don't interact otherwise, other than through Sudoku. Dots indicate where you start and where you want your efforts to take you. Digits separated by a white dot are consecutive. So these two digits are consecutive with each other. If this was a 2, this could be a 1 or a 3. And black dots have a 1 to 2 ratio. So that means one's exactly double the other. So let's say this was a 2, then this could be a 1 because 2 is double 1, or a 4 because 4 is double 2. The little blurb about indicating where you start and end, that's just thematic to our mountain. It doesn't actually affect the puzzle. And that's it. Not all dots are necessarily given. So I could do a 2, 3 here. There's no white dot. That's fine. I could do a 2, 4 here. There's no black dot. That's fine. That's still legal. And that's it. Those are the rules. I know it's a lot of rules for this, but we have done all of these before. So unless this is your first few puzzles you've done in this series, hopefully you're familiar with them by now. We do try to evergreen this series though, which means that you could start at any time. So this is a little bit more complex than we would normally have, but these are very standard rules, so I let it slide. But yeah, there's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself, and I'm going to get started right now. All right, well, I think the place to start is this region sum line, because we have this here, it needs to be a single digit, and this needs to be the sum of 3 digits. And a 6x6, that means this has to be 1, 2, 3. The very, very minimum we could put in here is 1, 2, 3, right? And that already adds to 6, which is the very, very maximum we can put in here. So the sum on this line is 6, and this has to be 1, 2, 3. But this is on a white dot, and 1, 2, 3 are used. This is minimum 4, so this has to be 3, 4. There's no other choice. This is 5 or 6. That means the sum of this line is 5 or 6. We can put a 5, 6 here as well. But again, it's the sum of 3 cells. So it has to be 1, 2, 3. The 3 goes here. This is a 1, 2 pair. And these are both 6 as well. That puts a 5 there. This is 4 and 6 down here, and we know the order. This is 1, 2, and 5, which is not resolved, but the 5 goes there. This is a pair. This is 4 and 5. And so this is 1, 2, and 3. And the 3 is here. Okay, I just wanted to pencil that to see if it did anything. We know these two add to 6. So they're going to be either 1, 5 or 2, 4. So are these. 1, 5, 2, 4. So this isn't a 4, which means this isn't a 2. But also a 5 can't go on a black dot. You can't divide an odd number by 2, so you'd have to multiply it by 2. There's no way we're putting 10 there. So that is not a 5. So the 1 would go with a 2. The 4 could go with the 2. I was going to say it could go with an 8, but we are not in a 9 by 9. So it actually is only 2. So we can place the 2. So if that's not a 2, that's not a 4. Yeah, these needs to still add to 6. So this is 1, and this is 5. That's the only way that resolves. That places this 5, and this 1, and this 3, and this 2. Places this 1 and 2. This is not 5, so that's not 1. All right, this is a pair. This is 3 and 4. Um, we need a 6 in this row. That goes here. So this is a triple, which actually might help. This is 3, 4, 5. Yes, it did help. That's 5. 3 is too big because we can't go 3 because we have to skip the 2, right? So we'd have to go 3, 1, and then nothing. The 2's already used in the row. In fact, we can finish this row. We know it's 1, 3, 4, and they have to go in order because of the thermo. So we're going 1, 3, 4. That's probably an easier way to put that. This is 2 and 6, which we actually do know the order of because of this 6 here. These add to 6. That's basically how the pencil marks work out anyway. This is 4 or 5, and this is 1 or 2, but it can't be a 1, so that resolves everything because these added to 6. And we're done. Neat puzzle. I enjoyed that a lot, actually. If you think about this as an arrow, it's actually, more if you're used to arrows, at least, thinking about it as an arrow can help shortcut some deductions there to realize that it has to be 1, 2, 3, 6. But I think you could think about it either way. I liked how this white dot came into play right away, where we got this 1, 2, 3, and that actually resolved the 4 and the 3. I liked how this also ended up 6, which I could have seen that also right from the start. I kind of did. And then the use of the sun at the end to disambiguate. This black dot working out was really interesting. I think the key was that we needed if I were to go back there, I'm not going to, but probably a good way to think about this was we need at least one even on the black dot. Maybe that isn't the way to think about it. But without the 6, that means we need a 2 or a 4 on the black dot, which means this could not be a 2-4 pair. Yeah, that does work out. So let's just look at this and avoid here. If we were just thinking about this box here, when we had this 6 placed, this black dot needs an even number. Which means if this was a 2-4 pair, which ignore my red here, then we... No, maybe not. Maybe that's not it. All right, never mind. I think the way I did it is fine. If someone can think of what I'm trying to say here, maybe it doesn't actually work out, but if you do, go ahead and leave a comment. But anyway, thank you for the puzzle. I'm sorry for that weird analysis at the end that didn't make any sense, but if you enjoyed it, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.